Welcome to California Bar Prep, your study companion for the California Bar Exam. In this lesson, the Performance Test, PT. Let's begin. The Performance Test is a 90-minute closed-universe lawyering task. You're given a file with facts and a library with law. You must create the requested work product, objective memo, persuasive brief, letter, argument section, demand letter, bench memo, or other legal document.
You do not need outside law.
In fact, outside law can hurt you if it distracts from the library. The PT rewards reading discipline, organization, and practical writing.
It is not an essay exam.
The task memo controls format, audience, tone, and issues. The library supplies rules. The file supplies facts. Your job is to synthesize them into a usable lawyer document. Closed universe. Use only the provided file and library. Do not rely on memorized legal rules unless they are basic writing conventions or the task asks for general legal reasoning. The graders expect citations and rules from the library. Task memo. The first document usually tells you what to write, who you are, who the audience is, what issues to address, and sometimes what not to address. Follow it exactly. File. Contains facts, client communications, witness statements, documents, transcripts, emails, or records. Facts may be favorable, unfavorable, ambiguous, or irrelevant. Library. Contains cases, statutes, regulations, rules, or excerpts. Some authorities are mandatory, some may be distinguishable. Cases often illustrate factors that must be applied to your facts. Time allocation. 0 to 5 minutes. Read task memo and create document shell. 5 to 25 minutes. Read library for rule structure. 25 to 45 minutes. Read file and mark facts by issue. 45 to 85 minutes. Write the product. 85 to 90 minutes. Edit headings, conclusions, and missing citations. Some applicants prefer file first. That can work, but library first often helps because you know which facts matter. If the file is short and the library long, skim the task, scan the file for context, then read the library deeply. Document formats. Objective memo. Neutral tone. Include question presented if requested, brief answer, facts, discussion, and conclusion. Address strengths and weaknesses. Persuasive brief. Advocacy tone. Use point headings that state legal conclusions. Emphasize favorable facts, distinguish bad authority, and request relief. Client letter. Plain English. Explain likely outcome, risks, and next steps. Avoid excessive legal jargon. Demand letter. Persuasive but professional. State facts, liability, damages, and demand. Include deadline if appropriate. Bench memo. Neutral analysis for a judge. Organize by motions or issues. Discuss both sides and recommended ruling. The California PT is 90 minutes, not the older 3-hour format. The shorter time means you cannot brief every case exhaustively. Extract rules, factors, and analogies quickly. California graders value task compliance and usable organization over ornate prose. California PTs may include fictional jurisdictions such as Columbia or Franklin. Do not assume California substantive law applies unless the materials say so. The jurisdiction is part of the closed universe. If the task asks for a persuasive document, California-style professionalism still matters. Do not overstate law. Acknowledge controlling adverse authority and distinguish it. Ignoring the task memo is fatal. If it asks for only 2 issues, do not spend time on a third unless necessary to explain. Reading cases like an appellate lawyer wastes time. You need rule holding key facts and analogy. Failing to use bad facts makes the answer look unrealistic. Address them and explain why they do not control. Writing an essay instead of the requested product loses format points. A brief needs argument headings. A letter needs a letter tone. Oversighting every sentence wastes time. Cite enough to show the rule source and important analogies. Copying long facts from the file without analysis does not score well. Facts must be tied to legal standards. PT case synthesis often follows a factor test. Suppose the library gives 3 cases on employee versus independent contractor. Your answer should create headings for the factors: control, tools and location, method of payment, skill, duration, and parties' understanding. Under each factor, compare file facts to library cases. Effective point heading for a brief. The court should deny the motion because Rivera exercised day-to-day control over Lee's work, supplied the equipment, and paid Lee by the hour. Effective objective memo heading. Rivera's strongest argument is control, but Lee has contrary facts showing independent judgment. These headings do legal work. They tell the greater your conclusion and organization. 90-minute survival rule. At minute 45, start writing even if you feel underprepared. You earn points by producing a document, not by perfectly understanding every page. If you discover a rule while writing, incorporate it. If time is short, use concise paragraphs with clear headings rather than unfinished elegance. Before submitting, check format first, substance second. A memo should look like a memo. A brief should contain argument headings and requested relief. A client letter should be understandable to a non-lawyer. Then make sure each issue has a rule from the library and at least 2 or 3 file facts applied to it. Note: the PT is the most controllable part of the written exam. Practice task compliance, fast rule extraction, and fact-to-factor writing. Outside memorization is not required. Disciplined execution is. That's it for this lesson. Download California Bar Prep on the App Store for lessons on all 14 bar subjects, practice questions, and essay frameworks. Keep studying, and good luck on the bar exam.